We merry band of thieves and ever vigilant vigilantes sequestered underneath the bourgeoisie. In the shadow of the wall, they still tell tales of a gilded age before the world was blighted by the fading and the forest pushed us all inside. We welcome you to Born to Die.
I saw two furries, but in like,
I saw a
like
ton
the,
of furries.
the BDSM.
Oh, puppies.
Puppies. Stuff like
Yeah,
that.
those are puppies. So the leather ones are called
Right.
puppies, and then like the
Furries are
big
furry.
comical ones are furries.
Yeah,
Okay.
the mascot
Puppies.
costume sort
Yeah.
of deal.
Hello, and welcome to Born to Die. We are a podcast that answers your questions about the furry community and also is an actual play of Blades in the Dark, a game by John Harper that we love very much. And I'm joined today by my co-GM.
Hello, I'm Reed, and I am the co-GM on this here show. I rolled before I got here, and I have a fun fact about some of the characters in our world today. Larry Diesel and Scrummy McDaniels, the two posh boys that shook you down in kinder prison. They actually grew up as rivals in the old city, trading the Glimmer Falls 17 and under fencing championship back and forth during their time at boarding school. And then they started working together after the fact.
Ooh, it's kind of like challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder who the Zendaya is. Is it Scrummy? Scrumpy?
Scrummy McDaniels.
Scrummy.
Yeah. SCRUMMY.
Fences.
Yeah.
That's his nickname. Full
And
name's definitely like Philip Whippet the Third.
Right, they're the Winkle boy.
yeah.
And to my right is...
I'm Greta, playing Birdie. Fun fact about Birdie. I think Birdie, in this episode, while he's been alone, missing you guys, has grown his first little piece of facial hair.
Oh, Birdie.
one little mustache hair.
Yeah. Maybe two. Maybe some actual buddies. Yes.
Skirts.
Yeah.
Getting closer to full stash.
Hi, I'm Natsune, and I play Finraya Edsley. I forgot to think of a fact. So I'm just going to go with every year at the Glimmer Falls Pride Parade, Finn is asked to open, and she does. Even though she's a criminal. She takes one of the gayest, whoever the gayest Lord Seven is, and she gets to shake their hand.
It is the individual who owns Trellis. That is the gayest of the Lord Seven.
I don't have my
Yeah, we haven't met them
Okay.
yet.
Yeah.
Do you remember their name? Trellis is the fancy one.
Mhm.
We definitely gave them a name.
Yeah, we've got High Lord Rocky Luminos. We've got Lord Justice. We've got Lord Burgeonin Kingsley. We've got Lord Magus Conifer.
Yep.
Yep. Fanny Fanigan. Fanny Fanigan. Lord Fanny Fanigan. Lord Valmer Cumberbach.
That was
Yeah.
that was the Trellis Lord.
The
Valmer.
non-binary wine man.
Yeah.
Person.
Yeah.
Wine person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Velma Cumberbatch.
And Finn shakes their hand every year. And then there's Elizabeth Blackrock. I specifically got the day off of kinder prison to go to the primary. When does she always get to go? Is she the one that's married to? Yep. That's called a beard couple. That's
Yeah.
some more gay fun for
Rocky's
you guys.
wife,
yeah. Yeah. They're
She
a
definitely
beard.
marches in the parade, though, right? On a float.
She floats in the parade.
Yeah.
As a sponsor.
All the corpse wants to float.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Certainly.
I'm Carissa Fitzgerald. I play Alara Phelan. And I've mentioned Alara's fear of heights, which she's been working over. But the big thing that's really helped her, besides just jumping off of a waterfall, is when she gets stoned, she closes her eyes and pretends to be up high. And it's kind of like a meditation where she's like, she's like floating. She kind of meditates her body, which seems to be working. It seems to be getting better. She recognizes that the higher vantage point for her range weapons. Yeah.
I'm Drew. I play Cove Landro. If you were to ask Cove how much cheese is too much cheese, he would say any amount of cheese. He's actually never had cheese. He thinks dairy is disgusting.
Whoa.
No shoes, no cheese.
No cheese,
Yeah.
no cheese.
Hot take from Cove over there. Yeah.
Does Cove eat meat?
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
God.
Cove only eats meat.
Well, it's because our diet is creature based.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quote unquote me.
Mhm.
So I think the first thing we need to establish is what Birdie's been doing in the submarine.
Mhm.
So you guys have been off gallivanting in the tunnels, caves, making friends with frog people, maybe?
Well,
Yeah.
I believe the last thing, because you were in the submarine with us when we left,
Yeah, and then there was a crash.
and I feel like you probably got locked. And correct me if I'm wrong. You probably got trapped in a room and kind of left behind while we all did our shenanigans.
Well, you might think that's what happened.
Oh.
Because that's exactly what happened. Birdie was in love with his thoughts, and you guys went off. So he was stuck in there a while. Luckily, Birdie was stuck with his correspondence course in his jacket.
You had one of the melodious wax birds with
yeah,
you.
Yeah. I think that Birdie definitely stocked up on melodious blackbirds before we headed out. So, because what else do you do when you're stuck in a submarine with a bunch of teens you're trying to avoid?
Which course was this?
This was the course on pre-fading politics in our city.
So you get to know something about the world before the fading,
Okay.
and specifically, you are interested in it because you are intrigued by the forest.
Intrigued by the forest.
And that was your trauma. that you-
Want to
Mhm.
find a way to the forest.
Mhm.
So you want to know something about why things are as they are. And
Yeah.
how you.
Birdie would like to return to the forest.
Mhm,
Not that he's ever been there, but he wants to go.
mhm,
And he's not sure why everything went wrong.
mhm. So I think the thing that you can learn that ties in somewhat with the current part of the arc
Mm-hmm.
is that maybe in some of the early foundational documents of the city, the elves didn't always live here in Glimmer Falls. They at some point settled it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a long while ago, and they had come from somewhere. So in these documents about the foundation of the city, it doesn't say oh, the elves came from Hollowbone or they came from East Haven.
Yeah.
It's much more,
It just says they arrived.
yeah.
Hmm.
It's pretty evasive.
But it doesn't give a from the mountain or from the origin
No.
source or from
Yeah, I
No.
think it just says when the elves arrived.
the. Okay.
Yeah. Or when we arrived.
Yes, yeah. When we arrived, we settled.
We the elven people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe they or something to, because there would be some distinguishing characteristic of them,
right.
these founding fathers, if you will.
Yeah. Maybe your melodious wax bird says something along the lines of, when the first elven pilgrims arrived, Glimmer Falls was one of their first settlements.
What about the founding fae? It's kind of
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think maybe some of the details about them might lead you in that direction. They're talked about as being incredibly powerful and somewhat dickish.
Were any
Yeah.
names?
What do you think? Maybe we could have one name.
Yeah.
Because it could track a lineage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
like it.
I mean, maybe it's a Luminos.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Bree Luminos,
Free Luminos. Yeah, I like that.
progenitor of Rockfort.
Mm-hmm. This is, a number of generations.
Yeah. Probably 3 or 4.
So thousands of years.
Yeah.
So that's one thing you learn. And then the other thing I think, and this is very much one of the side notes in this kind of document, is that they had to clear the ground.
Mhm.
That there were pests and weeds, and that had to be swept away.
Yeah. And they came and made it beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And that's the old city and the pinnacle
Mhm.
that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think maybe the other part would be why they were attracted to it, which would be this beautiful lake and the silver tree with the golden leaves, which I think predates them.
Yeah.
but it was probably much smaller back then.
Mhm.
I like that.
So yeah, there we go. Correspondence course.
Yeah, so Birdie not only has finished his correspondence course, but has Marie Kondoed his bunk room. And in the process, discovers a lock-picking kit in the bottom of his bag.
Yeah.
It's just like a goodie. Yeah, Daddy.
That's it.
Gee, you better get out of here. I'm very thirsty. Yeah, and I think he works at the door. Bursts it open.
Right.
And sees behind it a bunch of our bots just having a bot party.
Bot party. Rizbot would definitely have a bot party.
Mm-hmm.
Bureaucracy bot would not like it.
It's just
No.
Rizbot trying to convince bureaucracy.
I feel like
To
bureaucracy
partner
bot's in a bird cage.
How many bots do we have?
Get me down from here.
Rizbot is just behind a tiny little DJ set.
But the teen cadets are actually doing the work and fixing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Rizbot would be trying to get the teams to dance. And
Yeah.
they don't want any part of it.
Yeah, we were tasked with fixing up the whole submarine. We've got a lot of work to do, Rizbot. I mean, I don't know if I can do this.
Come on, guy.
Where'd everyone else go? Did I miss the party?
Yeah, they went outside of the submarine to try and get parts to fix it and stuff. And there's like some scary stuff out there, and they told us to stay in here.
So what were the three things that the submarine needed?
Ladder. I heard ladder.
Mm-hmm.
I require an additional ladder before the submarine can move.
It's a propeller
Safely.
blade.
A propeller,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was the metal part.
Yeah.
and of course, Glimmer.
Mm-hmm. Gotta have that glimmer.
Yeah.
Which we got, and Starless got traumatized.
Yeah, so I
Yes.
think,
Yeah.
I think at this moment you guys re-enter the submarine with like unconscious stars
Yeah.
who got blown up.
Yeah, just launched against a wall. Little singes covering his body.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet baby boy.
Yeah, he was trying to like kind of moonshine some glimmer out of the water.
You
Yeah.
might start to think that we're the same person since we don't exist in the same episode.
That'd be amazing.
Wow, I know that voice acting's fantastic.
So yeah, you're all in the cabin witnessing this bot party.
Birdie, oh gosh, Birdie, I think we maybe forgot we could have maybe opened the door. You look smarter.
Did you try?
Well, there was one chamber that was flooded, and then we just kind of wanted to try to get out, but then we got
We
distracted.
can just tell her we
Yeah.
tried.
Just
Yeah, we
just let
tried.
little birdie drown at the end of the submarine by himself.
But we got all this stuff to fix the submarine, and we also there was this crazy explosion. We blew this thing up, and you shouldn't have seen it. Then hit this like bomb into this like big glowing rock, and
Like Birch Ball?
yeah, just like in here.
Good old days.
Good old days. Finn has a 9-inch black shard
Right.
sticking out of their shoulder covered in blood.
Yeah.
Good old days.
If only Starlets were awake to help us fix that.
Oh, and we found this fruit, and I pull out some of the fruit that we had.
From the coral trees.
Yeah, from these coral trees, this big old fruit, and they taste like meat.
Mhm.
Try this.
Don't mind if I do.
Actually, does Cove eat it? If Cove only eats meat, but this is fruit that tastes like meat.
Oh, if Cove was a robot, he'd be short circuiting right now. I don't think he'd eat it. I'm not gonna eat that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, more for us, buddy.
So you're just eating gutterbug jerky.
Yeah.
Don't get scurvy.
I grabbed a few more for the submarine because it's so good. Oh, but yeah, we'll probably want some later. Hopefully, it stays good.
I think now you're up in the kind of control room of the submarine.
Beep boop boop.
You can see Birdie out of the portholes. There are still some of the gobblers, the frog people, kind of hopping from platform to platform quite far away from one another in like these steps that are going up this vast like internal tower, right? Like the cylindrical cave that goes upwards towards the surface. And from this vantage point, all you can see is I guess not light coming down anymore.
Yeah, just a faint glow from the waterfall
Right.
in the center of the cavern.
Yeah, so the waterfall is definitely still glowing, but all of these grobblers are heading upwards. And that was the consequence of the explosion of this obelisk. That had been
How far
keeping
away are
them-
they?
50 meters.
All right. I'd like
Yard.
to get out of the
How many football?
I'd like to
fields?
get out of the submarine and yell at them.
Uh-huh.
Because I can speak loudly and slowly, which means I know how to interact with supernatural beings.
Uh-huh.
Say you there. Would you mind giving us some directions?
So I
This
think
may help to get you getting up into the other world.
so there needs to be a sway.
Birdie can speak anything's language.
What's
Supernatural?
the move here?
Yeah.
I know how to interact with them
What does it say?
like normal human beings. So I gain potency when communicating with supernatural.
Normal elves.
Yeah, normal elves.
Where
That's
is
what I
it
am.
on the sheet? I'm just looking.
Right there.
Okay, loudly and it is
Slowly.
called loudly
Yeah.
and slowly. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. I mean, I think you can definitely have a go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I gain sway? I know it doesn't say any sort of.
I think-
it's gain potency.
But no, I think this is just you have a chance
Okay.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
these guys tried and they had no.
It was
Okay,
very
gotcha,
difficult.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because these guys communicate by like light patterns under their skin and sub-vocalized noises. That's what we've gathered.
All right. Okay. So I think that Birdie somehow knows that. Doesn't know how to do it. But
I think
he
you all
grabs-
know it. No, I think you all know that there's something about these very low sounds and about the lights because you've
All
come
right.
across them
So
several times.
I'm grabbing. What's the other one? What's the one that's not Bot?
Oh,
Rizbot. I'm
because-
grab Rizbot, and he's got little lights.
Because
the
Stalas made a little device like a seismograph. That was how he was communicating. Unfortunately, that was exploded.
I see. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab Rizbot. Grab Rizbot
Mm-hmm.
and try to like program him. Sorry, DJ buddy. The second wait, 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And I try to like grab him and hold him up like John Cusack in that movie and like communicate with a light show.
Oh, that's good. So you like beebly booping?
Yeah, beebly booping with the light.
Oh my god.
On lens.
This is a real lesson for Rizbot about consent. It's like, oh god. Now I see. Okay, so what are you trying to communicate?
I'm trying to ask for directions for how we can get to is it Upper Temple? Is that what we're trying to get?
The old city.
The old city. I'm going to ask for underground directions to the old city.
Yeah, roll a sway.
Yeah, so I'm going to describe the old city,
Okay.
and I'm going to ask if there's a tunnel. that
Yeah,
leads
totally.
closer.
So you can sway, and then I think the ingenious use of Rizbot, you can probably add a die. I like
Yeah.
that very much,
Okay.
particularly because he's learning a lesson. Okay.
Okay.
And then you have your options to push to Devil's Bargain. The others could help if they. No, I think Rizbot is helping. That's the.
Rizbot's helping, and I'm gonna push myself.
You push
I'm
yourself.
I'm
Take some
going
stress.
to. Why don't I?
You could strain your little pubescent voice.
Why
Hey, you guys!
Can I assist maybe? I'm gonna take over the DJ booth.
double assist.
I think we can only have one
Yeah.
assist.
All right.
Yeah.
In that
right.
case, I'm gonna stress myself.
Okay.
Why not?
But you could take over the DJ booth while Rizbot.
I do
is
that.
being
I do
assist.
take over the DJ.
What do
booth.
you play, Finn?
Chapel Roan.
Oh, nice. What do you think the most appropriate Chaperone song is for this situation?
Mm,
oh my god, that's a good question.
that is a really good question. What is it? I'm forgetting the name of it. The super graphic ultra modern girl.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I play that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Birdie is. Super graphic ultra modern girl.
Okay.
Just two little whiskers.
And you're pushing yourself?
Yeah, I'm pushing myself.
How are you pushing yourself?
I am gonna make myself dance.
Okay.
Birdie is not very confident. with
So
dancing.
you think this is going to be part of the communication, is the dancing?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're pushing yourself, you can either add a d6 to the roll, or you can increase the effect, which at the moment would be standard. But you could increase it to great if you wished. those are your two options when you're pushing.
I don't think we've ever done that.
No.
No.
I've never been given.
We've
this
always just
option.
added a die.
Yeah.
but-
Right.
Yeah.
Usually
Yeah.
that's what's best, I think, in most situations. I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah.
I mean,
You got a lot more information across it.
well, let's go for great then. Why
Okay,
not?
okay.
So you
Why
just
not?
2 dice.
Two
But
dice.
What if it goes horribly wrong and I get double ones? Does that mean it's really, really bad? Or is it just me not?
No, so
No.
the effect is a positive thing. It's
Yeah.
not a consequence.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the position is still risky. Position doesn't change, and that's what indicates how bad the consequences might be.
Yeah. Birdie is dancing on the roof,
With
Wrist
holding
bot.
wrist bar.
holding Rizbot. That's not great.
It's not great, no.
What was it?
1 and a 3.
Mm,
3.
no, that is not great.
I think I have fallen off the something and dropped Rizbot
I-
water.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a little problematic.
Yeah. And I think Rizbot sinks into the water like DiCaprio.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Save him! Oh no!
Can I at least grab his lifeless body out of the water? Hold on, I get
Oh
it.
yeah, he's short circuiting real hard.
Yeah.
What does he say to me as he short circuits?
Making Furby sounds.
Does he say something like "never let go"? But disgusting and kind of.
It's just a final giggity.
Just
Final
I
gig.
think he says like, I have no purpose. It's why I
All the teens are really quiet.
Yeah, and then his little body goes limp.
What has he been doing to the teens? I think I missed that.
Harassing them a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's true of everyone who he comes across, to be
Okay.
fair.
Yeah.
Fair, fair.
Yeah. Including Miss Glimmer Falls, who I
Yeah.
believe he's dating.
Yeah.
She's gonna be so sad. I should go comfort her.
I'll tell her.
Yeah. So that there's no effect. They don't respond to you at all.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That wasn't the right choice. I should have chosen third time.
Hey,
All right,
that's the game.
gotta risk it sometimes.
So
Well-
you guys are in downtime now, so you can do your various businesses.
Yeah.
Oh.
But this is while Betty's up on the roof dancing and dropping
And
wrist
you
bar.
hear, "Drop it to hell."
Well, I know what I'm gonna do because they told me not to go in the temple. So I'm gonna de-stress a little bit and go into that temple.
Wait,
Yeah.
there's a temple?
Yes. Yeah. A large building in the center of the Grobler settlement with some like intricate weaving carvings along its base and a slight glow from the inside.
Yeah, and we get a very quick camera flashback. Whatever you do, Cove, don't you go in that temple.
I won't.
Wink.
Okay, that's 2.
Okay. How far in do you think you get with the 2?
Probably not to whatever's glowing.
Mm-hmm.
Just enough to feel the rush of doing something I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, and I think what you see is that not all of the Grobblers have gone up to whatever is up above.
Okay.
There is like kind of like a choir looking. You see a bunch of tiered seating, and there's a bunch of them in there that are like you definitely feel it in your chest. There's a lot of some kind of low communication going on.
Do I recognize any of it? Because we did kind of try to do a one-to-one translation thing.
I think last time we got like a seismograph so you could see when vocalization was happening, but I don't think we got
Yeah.
anywhere on the translation side of things.
You know, there's a bunch of discussion going on, and it seems to be animated. And I think we'll hold back on the description of the interior of the temple because I think that makes sense for the next scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ilara takes one of the fruits, starts chiseling out a chamber going one way, not to the corner, but like to the core of it. And chisels another little tunnel, and another connecting tunnel. She kind of makes one a little. You could call it a bowl-like shape in one of the crevices. And then proceeds to put Giggle in there and smoke out of the fruit. It is because it's kind of a bigger fruit.
Yeah, it's like a cantaloupe size.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can roll this.
Wow.
I'm really interested to see what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
And-
Could be some
fun.
information.
I think the smoke that you exhale is like a blood red.
Oh.
Which is pretty metal.
Oh.
Yeah.
What would I roll for this?
Just your standard
Yeah.
indulge your vice roll.
Yeah.
And
So
that is
But we'll add some additional. We'll layer something else on top of it if you get a good roll.
yeah.
that is a 1.
Ah,
Maybe I accidentally inhale a chunk of fruit.
Yeah. You cough quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that you might notice is that the smoke as you breathe out forms itself into like these geometric shapes that are comparable to the buildings in the town.
Mhm.
That it has some kind of molecular memory. It wants to form certain patterns.
She thinks about her lungs. This can't be good. So she quickly packs more to see if she. Hey, Quo, look at this. Bigger puff. She's just gonna take another hit. And that would be a 3.
that smoke tastes like meat.
That smells so good.
It just smells like barbecue.
Yes.
We have barbecue sauce.
Yeah. I think it was true you don't get any more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of looks like the chapel right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess it kind of does.
Oh, it's just smoke though.
You have a chapel in your lungs now.
Oh, what? Am I holy?
It might make it full of holes. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out. She bites the fruit.
It tastes so good.
It's like the munchies.
Yeah.
And it's right there.
Mhm.
One-stop shop.
She's stressed. She's got 2 stressed still, but she's feeling much better.
Nice.
Because of the lung damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
primarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's a name.
So I probably can't use Starless's healer ability, huh?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think I'm gonna have to tough this out.
Mhm.
But that's okay, because
You have a thing, right?
yeah. So I take 1 stress, which I marked, and it says roll 0 dice, but I get to roll 1 dice because I'm vigorous.
Mhm.
So I think I just take a book and hold it between my teeth, and I'm gonna try to yank this shard out.
Mhm.
Rolling 1 dice. That's a 2. What does that fill
You
in?
get
1.
one. Yeah, one
That is-
slice of the healing clock.
That
Like
is-
Birdie's like, you
Okay.
should have on my head.
Yeah, I think
Really good Rizbok back there.
you grab it and you pull it out and it splinters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I tried to grab it, but I squeeze it too hard and now have multiple
Yeah.
shards coming out of my shoulder.
Mhm.
I'm also really stressed out. So I think
Only grobblers down here.
and the corpse of Rizbot.
I did consider that. And here's what's gonna happen is I think Finn slides up to Alara and it's like, do you ever get lonely?
This is after Alara already smoked. Yes.
Finn also smoked, so it's not problematic.
And that's our message to you today, kids.
It's okay if you're both high.
It's a form of consent. Alara goes, no, I've always kind of been around you guys.
And the pigeons.
I've had my pigeons. I always have my pigeons.
Yeah, your pigeons are actually really cute. I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, well, the cutest one I think died, but I'll get a new muffin.
I apologize. Personally, because I'm going to try to fucking care.
Wait. So we should do a check in here.
Yeah.
Because this was one of our constitution elements more than a year ago.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like we're at the point of comfort where players are allowed to try and fuck one of the characters?
I don't think we necessarily have to fuck.
Wait, are you trying to have sex with one of my pigeons?
No. Everything I said was out of character. I think Finn just at least needs to make out with Alara so that I can roll my stress.
You know, okay, we probably I guess this goes back to when we were in kinder prison.
Yeah.
I don't know if Alara.
I think we friend kissed before.
Oh yeah.
In the all girls kiss their friends way, which is a fact. Sorry, everybody.
We're getting so many facts this week.
So many facts. Every girl you know has kissed her girlfriend, her friend girl, whatever. But yeah, so I think you're like talking about your pigeons, and Finn's just kind of sidling up a bit. Yeah, they're really cute, and you know, you say you're always hanging out with everybody, but I feel like we don't spend a lot of time just the two of us.
Yeah, I mean, we've got we share a hammock,
Every
but
night.
But there's usually another girl in it.
it's usually really crowded. Yeah, it's really crowded, but yeah, it's kind of like being alone together.
Yeah, exactly. Finn's leaning in.
And Alara is covered in her fruit juice, which is very red.
Finn gets so close to your ear, you smell like barbecue.
Alara goes for it.
And I'm gonna do something criminal, and at the end of whatever the two of them do, Finn says, "You're a good friend."
Alara just kind of looks taken aback and, Then she starts thinking about her father.
I'm gonna roll my stress now.
I helped?
Yeah.
Sorry, you gotta do what you gotta do. I overindulge.
Oh wow.
Oh.
That makes so much
yeah,
sense.
that makes a lot of sense.
Has anyone overindulged before?
I've
Yes.
overindulged a couple
Yeah.
of times.
Yeah, Finn has.
I mean, I think this is overindulgence. Probably needs to be some kind of tension.
Yeah.
Finn and Lara.
One of us catches feelings. Roll up.
Alara probably thought, this is gonna be more than a friendship.
Aw.
But then that sassy ass comment. She's I'm just gonna have to do more drugs. Yes.
I feel like so.
Never gonna have a person.
When we were playing Dungeon World, this would have been like the change of a what would they
Bond?
call it? Bond.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe the bond now would be something like Alara doesn't trust Finn.
Yeah, I might
Still
need my own.
share a hammock in the.
I might make my own hammock.
Ooh,
I need my own
are you
hammock.
moving out of the hammock?
I think I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can get benefits for playing into that.
Yeah.
Friends without benefits. I personally had to do it. I feel like, you know, it's a vice that I think I've ignored twice now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if this wasn't gonna be my third time ignoring the vice, like for me, I'm like, I gotta do something dumb. And if you
Yeah.
don't work, I'm gonna fuck a groveler.
Learn how to fuck a groveler.
Maybe that occurs to Alara. I'm like before a groveler.
So you will definitely get XP for your vice
Brilliant.
this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice. Devastating scene.
Indeed.
We didn't necessarily have sex. Nobody knows what we did. Faded
Yeah.
to black.
She touched me.
You touched me back.
Then she said she didn't want to touch my heart. She's talking to dead Brisbane.
Fishing out of the water.
Oh my god. I just thought of something. What if one tear falls from Lara's eye onto Rizbot?
Oh my gosh.
What if Rizbot is reanimated, but with all of the feelings of that moment
Whoa.
of like rejection and heartbreak?
No, he's fuckboy bot.
I think he's emo, like emo,
Oh, I'm
emo
invited
for Rizbot.
boy bod. I love boy bod.
Yeah,
He's Rarbot.
yeah.
He's red pill bot.
Yeah, so we don't need to resolve that now, but like a few sparks of life
Yeah.
are animated within Risbot because of that tier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks for listening, Rizbot.
My life is pain.
Those are my downtime activities. I'm all done.
Right.
We've got one left for Cove and Birdie still.
Yeah, I think
Has
Betty
both?
gets some.
Oh yeah. Did Alara do cards?
I did. I smoked
Oh, that's right.
meat
Twice.
out of my meaty food.
Yeah. Birdie's kind of stressed, so Birdie needs to indulge in his vice, which I believe was hats, shopping, finer things.
Mhm.
And here, where do you find those things here in the Grobbler Cave?
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't know. I mean, they've got to have some sort of. I think I go back to the ship. We go back to the ship, and I convince the tweens,
Okay.
that this is part of the mission.
Tween cadets.
That we've got to craft some costumes.
Okay.
What sort of costumes?
Hat costumes.
What's a hat costume?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm trying to get them to craft a fake mustache for me.
I believe you already have a fake mustache.
Of course I do.
Mutton chops.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
could get some mutton chops. I think that'll go.
I think Betty can do better than this.
Think so?
Yeah, this feels repetitive of Betty's previous
What if you did
exploits.
a latex face mask to hide your whiskers?
Oh.
Oh.
Latex baby
Sounds
face.
itchy.
Some sort of puppy mask?
Yeah. I wonder if the only finer things here are to be found in places you're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Perhaps up at the chapel.
Yeah.
They're apps. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up at the
Yeah,
chaperone.
Maybe I
The hardest single word to say.
follow Code to the chapel and
Mhm.
look for a buried treasure.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll, and we'll see what you find and see how well or poorly this goes.
Yeah. And you got 6. Perfect.
Very nice.
Awesome.
So
Yay.
you definitely find some sweet ass grobbler vestments.
Yeah.
So Cove has gone in
Well, I
sort of
think-
through the front door.
I think they definitely are some sort of like waterproof fabric.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I think Betty goes in through some kind of side entrance
Mm-hmm.
into what is the priest's dressing room.
Wow.
And you find some like grobbler priest clothes.
Yes.
What do they look like?
They look like, I believe that to the Grobblers, and I don't know if you guys discussed Grobbler religion last time, I believe that the elves above are some sort of mysterious deities to them. No?
They figure, but not in a positive way.
Yeah.
Oh, no? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something that we'll be figuring out
I see.
as you enter this temple.
Yeah.
You'll find out
Okay.
more about the goblins. but
Okay.
Not in a positive way. But the elves may be featured on these clothes. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking that it might be some sort of, like a puppy mask, but an elf mask.
Interesting.
Because it's got to be like a latex-ass fabric.
We're on a theme today.
Yep. This is a
Where
really
did you get that idea?
this is a really horny episode tonight, folks.
So it could be like the Balinese demon mask.
Yeah, exactly.
So that if part of their ceremonies is like acting out events in the cosmography or whatever,
Right, and conflicts between
Yeah.
powers of good and evil.
then one of them is an elf mask. Yeah.
Okay. And what is the other one? What is the other style of mask I find? It's not just a mask. I feel like I find a whole outfit. Like a cape.
Mm-hmm. So it's like,
Oh, look at me. I'm a human.
but an elf.
But else, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But
But
stylized.
but they're made of like rushes and reeds and things.
no, I think it's some sort of tanned.
I mean, no, and
No, Anne. Yeah, it's like some sort of tanned waterproofy, because they're water people. It's got to be waterproof.
mm-hmm.
So maybe it's reeds covered in some sort of. So what's the word?
I mean, it could also be stolen elvish fabric. That
Yeah.
would be the other option.
Okay.
Either something they can make or something they've stolen.
Like, yeah, washed up.
That could be good.
What is it? Like a resin. I think it's reeds covered with resin.
Okay.
And it just happens to look like latex.
Okay. Right, you're very set on this.
Or like neoprene or something. I don't know. Like what do water
But like-
creatures have? Everything
right, but
in the world
But
is
like their
waterproof.
skin, it's so like
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like amphibious. They don't mind.
Yeah,
being
but they
wet.
wouldn't like to be soggy when they wear this outfit in the water.
I think they have to be soggy in order to live.
right. In any case, I think we may be focusing too much on the detail.
Yeah,
There is
okay.
some kind of elf outfit.
Elf outfit.
But it's not like necessarily very accurate to what elves actually
No,
wear. It's
definitely.
their impression of what
Yeah,
elves
exactly.
Very sexy, though. Very sexy.
Very
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
And then
the
there's an elf
evil
mask.
Yeah, elf
Okay.
mask.
And
But
are you wearing all of these?
yes, I'm taking
Okay.
but I think Birdie is also interested to see what the good outfit looks like. Because he wants to see what if they think that we're evil is
Mhm.
good for us.
Right.
He opens that chest.
I guess, like, would they need outfits for the other side of the story? Because that would just be them.
Yeah.
But, like, maybe there's an exaggerated version. Like a big grobbler head. Or, like, some kind of big, like, costume jewelry.
So
Mhm.
we don't think it's the head of the creatures that were cleared out before the elves settled here.
Wow. Exactly.
Maybe it's
What were
not.
the creatures?
Grobblers?
I mean, that's the implication.
They're grobblers.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all making sense.
Right. But I
Okay.
do think that, yeah, you're quite right. So, like, even if it is a grobbler, even if the other participants in this ritual are grobblers, they would be, like, stylized versions of,
Yeah.
maybe like, oh, what our ancestors used to wear.
Back when they walked upon the surface.
Yeah, so maybe
Yeah.
there's, like, a big, like, oversized spear with,
Maybe
with like, a
there's-
blunt edge on it.
There's latex that keeps the water in.
Ah.
Oh, so some kind of dry land suit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Grobbler sized dry
Mhm.
land suit.
A big exaggerated fence or something.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it makes sense that they live in Glimmer Falls. It's so wet.
So I think there's some like precious jewelry, some like shells and whatnot.
Yeah. Pearls.
And there's this big spear
Okay.
and a big headdress, perhaps.
Lovely.
Made of that coral.
Yeah.
Like the coral substance.
And these are
Like a crown.
grobbler clothes?
Hmm?
They're like grobbler clothes?
So all of these are fit for grobbler body.
Yeah. Which are substantially larger than elves.
And Birdie.
Yeah. And Birdie.
So maybe Birdie just takes the mask. The elf mask.
Yeah, mask. All right. All right, so we have Cove in the antechamber. We have Bertie in the priest's dressing room.
Yeah, and Birdie 100% hops out and scares.
In the elf mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what makes you run away. You think you got spot, but it's just Birdie in the grobbler clothing.
I get really scared, but then I whisper under my breath, "You can't scare the night. You can't scare the night."
Damn it, I'll get you one day, Cove.
So I think then maybe if Birdie and Cove have disappeared, perhaps then we get to the next scene by you guys following them, like
Yeah.
being like, where have those two gone? You should probably check on them.
I do have one more downtime
Oh.
activity.
Yeah, and I think Birdie does too.
Oh, that's
All right.
Just super quick. Can I stealth up our submarine as a long-term project? Kind of like
Ooh.
putting reeds on it and like seaweed. And
Putting
Mm.
seaweed on the teens.
So
Blend in.
to disguise it from whom?
just because when we got to a certain point, the
Mhm.
prison spotted us. So I want to
Right.
make that a little smoother next time.
Right.
Long-term
Yeah.
stealth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like the top of the submarine, you want
Yeah.
to make like a floating reed bed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. I like that.
Yeah, that's a great long-term project.
All right.
In 6 or 8 o'clock?
That's 6.
6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the challenge is less putting the reeds on it, but making it so that they will stay there even when you go underwater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and still like look convincing when you surface after
Yeah.
long-term travel.
You're such a diligent weaver. It's just taking a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably roll finesse to see how many slices of the pie you get.
Cool.
Your finesse.
Got 2 pips. 3 and a 2.
One slice of the pie.
The camera is just behind Cove's shoulders, and you just hear Cove muttering like, "Baggy pants for the whole summer? No, it'll never work. There's not enough fabric in the world." Okay, Bertie, what's your other?
Birdie would like to train.
Mhm.
Do we have our things with us?
No,
None of them? Not even the chest of costumes?
No.
Okay, fine.
it's all back of the ranch.
What skill do you think you might be working towards? How might you be training for it?
Man, that's a good question.
I mean, you are dressed up in these Grobbler costumes.
That's true.
You could definitely be.
So you think I should be working my one-man play again?
Yeah, why not?
All right. I think that Birdie is practicing his accents for the old town.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to blend in high society.
Oh, okay. Can we get a bit of that?
Maybe this is maybe it was alluded to in the correspondence course, like
Mhm.
how people spoke in the old town.
Right.
So he's,
I mean, you know how they speak because you've met people from.
I have, yeah.
From, yeah.
But
from Yale City.
briefly. So Birdie is definitely trying to speak exactly how they speak in the book.
Right, and they were like, "Oh, get us out this cage." If memory serves, we'll pay you. Let us out of the cage.
I think he keeps practicing introductions, kind of like Duolingo.
Uh-huh.
It's like, yes, I will have the cheese sandwich, please, sir, and thank you.
Thank you.
Good day to you too, madam.
My name is.
My name is Bartholomew Roberto Esquire Thumblesticks. Like that's like really, really long.
I thought your name was Birdie.
Yes, but that's not a very good name for the old city.
Well, distinguished enough.
No, not distinguished enough for a man with two whiskers.
Okay. Is that all of our downtimes?
I believe so.
That's all that I'm
Okay, then I think our next scene starts with Alara and Finn kind of creeping up towards the temple where they can see Birdie jumping out and trying to scare Cove.
Alara, you're walking really fast.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm kind of in a hurry, I guess. Are you coming or not?
No, I'm
Well,
ready.
I already know the answer to that.
Not this time. I'll walk faster.
How bad is Finn feeling?
I honestly was thinking about rolling a tune to see if I could even pick up on this.
That seems fitting.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a 6.
Oh no!
Yeah.
That makes it worse.
You see the tears in my eyes.
Do you want some fruit? I know we just ate. Do you want some more fruit? No. Do you, just like walking fast? Is that like your thing now?
I guess I really don't want to be alone.
But we have the hammock and we have, Nada and Starless sometimes. You have lots of people that
Cut to
love
Starless'
you.
limp and suffering. The twins like, oh my god.
Oh, what do we do with him? He's just laying there.
I think you look really upset and Finn looks terrified. I think with a 6 attune roll, it's like dawned on Finn. Oh no, I can't just go. Like I think what is it called? Post nut clarity. I'm just like I just did something really rude to my person that I love, and it's like, oh, do you want to smoke again?
No, let's go help our friends.
Yeah.
I'm running the
Emphasis on
opposite-
friends.
I'm running the opposite way. The knight cannot be scared. The knight cannot be scared.
Why is everyone walking so fast?
Are your hands waving in the air, Kermit style?
Yeah.
Right, and then I think you two see Bertie in the elf mask.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I think I haven't. I'm not gonna steal the whole costume, but I have put the whole costume on for special effect,
We can tell it's
just
you.
to scare Cove.
Okay, so I don't understand the distinction. So you're in the costume and you're definitely out of the priest's dressing room. So in what sense are you not stealing it?
Come put it back.
You're
But I mean-
intending to later.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm keeping the mask, but I have put on all the vestments.
Okay.
If you look at
That's
the
good.
mannequin, there's an IOU.
Yes.
I mean, I'm very much visualizing Mickey Mouse in the wizard robes, like so that
Yeah.
much too
Yes,
long
yes,
for you,
yes.
and you're just
Yeah.
running around, like kind of falling over the edge of the cave.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, you two see this.
Birdie? I mean, you're kind of, isn't that a little big?
What do you mean? It fits wonderfully.
Maybe a cloak can
we
help.
just hem it, right? We just hem it by half,
It's kind of,
right?
it's kind of scary.
Why did you scare the one person that knows how to hem?
Think about that.
I wasn't scared. I just wanted her to feel, or wanted him to feel good about what he was trying to do. So I was acting it up.
That was really
that
nice
makes
of you to
sense.
Thank
do.
you. That really helped my self-esteem. I've been a bit low since I got stuck in that room by myself. You guys left me to drown.
We tried really hard to
Tried
get you
so
out.
hard.
You didn't hear us calling your name?
Nope, didn't hear anyone knocking on the door.
Right. I mean, you were listening to your audio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Birdie thought that an hour had passed and it had only been like 2 minutes.
We're all banging the door. Take your AirPods out.
I live here now. Let's just get to it.
Yeah. So I think you're all sort of on the threshold then of the temple. So I think this is probably the time that we can start fleshing out some of the details of what this looks like. So it's made of the same substance as the rest of the town. We know that there are some relief carvings, although I think it's some combination of relief and the luminescent tattoo coloring on the walls. It's much bigger than the other houses. It's somewhat grander. What else? What are the other features that you can see? And we'll go around the circle basically. You can add some elements, some sensory elements about this temple. And we'll kind of start trying to piece together what we know about them. So anyone can start.
There aren't any pews, but there's areas to like either squat or kneel just throughout the area or throughout the interior.
Yeah, like little reed mats or something.
What else?
The whole thing is made of cheese. The temple is cheese.
I gotta go. There are like multiple archways, and hanging from the archways are links of chain, and it looks like something should be attached to the bottom of the chains, but the chains just end. There's nothing there, and we kind of just hear them clanking together.
Well, that's creepy. I like it.
Yeah.
What else?
It's like weird stains on the ground. Could be blood. Could be wine.
Could be meat fruit.
Could be meat fruit.
Meat food.
I think there's quite sophisticated frescoes on the wall.
Love a good fresco.
And it tells the story of the eternal struggle of their people against some people look a lot like elves.
So this brings us to a roll. This may be a group roll to interpret the story. To interpret the things on the walls.
Oh, I like that as a group role.
Yeah.
I think
Probably
at this point,
attune group. Maybe study group.
study.
Could be either. And it'll be like, are you trying to think through it or feel it?
Mm-hmm.
I've got one pip in both.
I have one in study.
I have one in a tune.
I got one pip in both.
Yeah.
Indeed.
How about 2 study, 2 attune?
Can we do that? Is that
No, it's
No,
gonna
it's got
one's
to.
called.
Okay.
Yeah. Same
so?
stat.
Wait.
I think study makes sense. Do we all have study? I'm the only one that doesn't, but that's okay.
But do we all have a tune?
No, I
No.
don't.
No,
Oh.
so it really doesn't matter either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Study would probably make sense.
I think it's like, who do we think in the fiction would be the most likely to lead this investigation?
Feel like Birdie would.
Little magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, child detective.
Yeah, Birdie takes off his elf mask for this. So he's revealing another layer of himself.
Like John Travolta.
And yeah, pulls out a magnifying glass and looks up close. It's like, you guys, I think there's something here about their civilization.
As
Okay.
Birdie turns with the magnifying glass stuff and I go, oh my gosh, are you getting your mustache?
Can you almost see it with this magnifying glass?
I can.
All right, so this is a group study roll.
Finn's kicking rocks.
Sweet.
One.
5 and 6, 1.
Wait, so if we have one pip in it,
Roll
One die.
just one die.
One.
One die. 5.
Sweet. 2
Nice.
5s, 6, and 1. So you take 1 stress.
Not
4.
bad.
Because I'm leading.
What do you think this failure looks like, Finn?
I think Finn is just kind of like internally feeling really frustrated and like finds a rock and starts kind of like kicking it single hacky sack style, and then I kick it too hard and I just shatter a chunk of fresco. That part
Finn
was
Rhea, that belonged in a museum.
I belong in a museum.
I don't know what that means. I feel like I missed something.
She flexes.
I do. I do like a Greek.
Yeah.
pose.
So yeah, it seems like Ilara and Bertie get quite a long way with this, but Cove is the one who figures out the final details. So let's think through this story. So this is the kind of origin story and the trials and tribulations of their civilization. So let's have some elements, and then we can have the final one be the key that unlocks it all for you guys. So what are some mythological stories that they might have?
Fighting giant creatures that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
And so you see them on the land, seemingly on the land.
Mm-hmm.
But it's swampy.
Yeah, kind of swampy land, but like these creatures that I would like have like giant 6 legs, like kind of like they make that noise. You can just tell they make that noise.
Uh-huh.
And then it shows one panel is like them fighting them with like these I imagine like spears, and then the next one is the 6 legs like up in the air like they killed it.
Sweet. So this is much bigger than that. these
Yeah.
creatures.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have some kind of prehistoric creature now.
Mm-hmm.
6 legs.
Mhm.
Any other details in the creature that you
I'm looking for a creature that's 6'5".
Looking for a beast in finance.
6 legs, big eyes.
Okay.
I don't know. I picture just like very bulbousy, almost like a big like single round body with the 6 legs out.
I feel like they're not very good artists, are they? This
Yeah,
could be
I feel like
anything.
it's
It's
leaves
kind
a
of
lot
like
to the imagination.
a child's drawing of a spider, but
Yeah.
big and detailed.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mhm.
I kind of like that.
Right.
It's
So it could be
huge,
could be
like,
a cat,
6-legged spider.
could be an actual beast.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows.
I have one, but stop me if it's too dark. What if it like depicts the groveler's like life cycle? And it turns out they're a plant adjacent creature that comes from these big meat fruits.
Wait, so Alara just ate like
babies?
100 groveler babies?
I like that.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
So the coral plant is part of the life cycle.
Oh my
Yeah.
That's
god.
really good.
So Cove should have eaten it. What did it-
Oh, it is
Yeah,
meat.
it is
It
meat.
is?
So weird how it just tastes like meat.
I'll have one when we get back to this.
Fruit
Yeah.
babies.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that is really dark.
Yeah.
Like Alien.
Mm-hmm.
The movie.
And God is very fortunate they didn't see you eating those fruits
Yeah.
so far.
The only part of this that is like really well rendered is the fruit. So you see how much they care about these babies.
Oh no.
They only sprout like once every 50 years.
Oh
You
no!
just thought it was a really well attended garden.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
That's-
we are bad.
That's
Are we the baddies?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2.
Mhm.
We've got the prehistoric fight. We've got the global life cycle.
I think that we see different tribes of grovelers being united by one big, very handsome looking groveler. Who can do special things like walking on water and
I mean, walking on water wouldn't be so impressive for an aquatic species.
You're resistant to water.
It's-
You don't live very long.
It seems like a hindrance, if anything.
Fine.
Some poor dummy.
I'll think of a different.
No, I like that. I think this is great. It's like all of the Jesus miracles, but from a Grobbler's perspective, they're all disadvantages.
Like you turn the lovely pools of water that you live in into wine.
Gross wine.
And so the thing that united them was all the Grobbler tribes coming together to kill this one terrible, wizard Grobbler that was trying to gain dominion over their society.
Growlers are French.
That's really good.
What did it bring them
The
together?
unhelpful Messiah.
Look at this weapon, the Grobble team.
And like also the fish thing. There's just so many fish, and it's eating all their food in the
Yeah.
aquatic system.
Or no, what were the fish that were really aggressive?
Piranhas?
No.
The
It was-
bark bone.
Borks.
Borks.
Borkfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought
They-
borkfish.
This one just multiplied the Borkfish.
The Borkfish used to be dogs. Evolved into fish to get away.
And you just see like a pile of bread as well, and everyone looking at it, just bemused.
We're all gluten intolerant.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. Unhelpful Grobbler Jesus. Okay, so now we come to the critical scene. This is something the Cove sees. So it's got to be about the expulsion from above. So I'm going to give you a couple of elements because this is important to the story. So there is a beautiful temple that is, you see the eye in the sky, the moon eye. And you can see it's glowing blue. So this temple appears to be in amidst kind of lake water and canals, but it's up on the surface. And that's kind of clear from the picture. And you see there are a bunch of Grobblers in the picture. They're all kind of up on the surface. It looks like it's nighttime. And then there is the arrival of these elves. And we know the name of one, the Brie Luminos. And I think there's some distinguishing feature that means you can guess. What would be the distinguishing feature of Brie Luminos that Birdie would have learned that you'd be able to then tell from there?
Probably like a logo, right? Not like a logo, but like what do British people have? Like a
sigil?
set of arms?
Crest?
Yeah, a crest.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
A coat of arms. That's what it is.
Yeah, so maybe they have this banner and there's something on the banner. What would be on the banner of Brie Luminos and these invading elves?
Luminos, maybe some sort of light source.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a kind of like a sun.
A
Like
sun
maybe
over
the-
a round of cheese.
No?
Well, I think it's got.
Oh, yeah. It's
Nobody?
gotta be the sun, yeah.
It's got
I like it.
Never too much cheese.
It's like the kind of imperial Japanese flag, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
But
big...
is the sun a round of brie cheese?
The sun is definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But this like coat of arms is probably now like their current logo, right?
Yeah.
So like
I think it's the
we've
Luminos
seen
family.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've seen it everywhere.
Yeah. And I think in the picture, this elf has kind of exaggerated features, like really sharp teeth.
Yep.
The skin is a shade of like gray that you don't see in elves often these days.
Bigger. Too.
Yeah.
It's bigger than the Grobblers.
Yeah.
These elves.
And in one hand is holding the banner, and in the other there's like some sparkle of magic there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's the first part of it, and then you see like one of those like Last Judgment, Heaven and Hell pictures from like European church, and all the Grobblers are like falling downwards. They're being cast down into the depths
By brie luminos?
by Brie Luminos,
Okay.
taking their temple from them.
Oh, we the baddies.
well, not us. But
It was just our ancestors.
I really hope I'm not related to them.
These elves look kind of weird though. They're really, really big and
They're kind of scary looking.
yeah. That's not us, right? We're pretty and not scary.
I don't know. Sometimes that's how I feel.
Scary?
I mean, look at it, right? think about all the stuff that we've done.
Mhm.
That's us.
We did kill Rizbot.
I think he sparked at me. I think he might be okay.
I saw Birdie throw him into the water.
And then I think the last thing that you see that is then the closest thing to the altar, and now at this point, as you've been following it around, you look around and you see that there is this crowd of priestly grovelers looking at you, is Brie Luminos has this shining spear in the hand that they stick downwards into the earth, and it becomes this shining obelisk, downward pointing obelisk
Oh, is that a thing?
That's the
through,
thing.
through their temple.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. That's the thing we blew up.
We blew that up, huh?
So that's good. That means we're good. That means we're good. Not bad. Not evil.
Not bad.
But at the same time, we didn't think about it while we were doing it. It just happened to be a good outcome.
Two rights don't make a wrong. Or two wrongs do make a right.
Did we unleash an ancient enemy upon our own people?
Again.
They should be worried about us.
What? Like those people up there care about us? They don't care about us. They're gonna lock us away. They lock everybody we love away. They take control of everybody. Even if we're up there, we're not free. We freed them, and I hope they help free the masses.
Not a lot of food up there these days. If they're going up there,
No, the food situation's fine.
it's not as good as it could be.
Thanks to us.
I think the moral of this story is events are more complicated than we give them credit.
And so you from the last episode, do you remember that there were elf bones in the pile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're certainly eating, and you know that this was the rumors about the snatchers. I think
Mhm.
Yeah.
like that they were stealing elf children. Seems like there is at least some truth to that.
Well, maybe they won't eat everyone because we helped them.
Wait, is that what we saw when we were little children and we went to that house to get our friend?
You saw a creature in the sewage tunnel
Yeah.
to get into the water margin,
Mhm.
I think-
not in the house.
I think maybe.
And there was a pile of bones there as well.
Yeah.
Is there any more information around this obelisk, or it just ends with Luminos sticking it into the temple?
I think so. Yeah, that's sort of the end of history for them.
Mhm.
Finn's just staring at. What is
Um,
this stick?
And then, yeah, as I say, you look around and you are being observed by a lot of them. And you definitely feel the vibration in your chests.
Shit.
Is it?
I'm gonna try to communicate with them again.
I think that's a good idea because
Yeah, I
Um,
think several of them are coming towards you.
Starless was the
Mhm.
one who was communicating before.
I'm gonna point at the painting of the obelisk, and I'll kind of mimic with my hands it exploding, and point to us and point to the obelisk it exploding.
All right. Oh, I should say the other thing that in the temple, the source of the light is a large bowl of what looks to be pure glimmer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we need that.
There's,
Well, we
there's-
already have what we
already have
need.
that.
Can always
That's-
have more.
Yeah.
We have the rudder and the ladder as well.
Okay, so you want to communicate with them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the other thing you see around the large bowl is there's just like the slowest drip of water from the ceiling right in the center of like this big dome. And it's little drops of pure glimmer that are falling down into it from
Yeah.
above.
That's nice.
Yeah. Grobblers are heading your way.
I would also say that by this point, Birdie did have the common sense to take the costume off before we started investigating.
Yeah.
You did say you took the head off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Put that back away.
If you were kind of standing out in the open in the temple,
Yeah.
yeah, you wouldn't want to be seen wearing their stuff. Do you still have the elf mask?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's just like tucked away. in it.
Pocketed the elf mask. Everything else has been
Sounds
tucked
good.
away and folded.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Birdie's gonna try to communicate with them.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to reiterate what Cove is already communicating.
Okay.
So we'll call that me helping you.
Oh, that's
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like I think it's in a tune to talk with these folks, but that'll be an aid from Cove. So a stress for Cove.
So you think
and-
a tune, not sway?
Are you using your thing?
Yeah,
Loud and
using
slow?
loudly,
Oh,
loudly
right.
and slowly.
Yeah, I guess you can use sway because you have that.
Gotcha. So I
And you'll
got
get an extra die
2
from
with
Cove.
that. Extra die for Cove. And do I get an extra die because of the loudly and slowly or no?
You get to use sway because of
I
loudly and
see.
slowly.
All right. Well, I got 3 die. Do you think that's enough?
You could take a devil's bargain. You could push yourself.
I mean, 3's pretty
Let's
good.
push yourself again. Oh, that's stress.
You could
Yeah.
get a bigger outcome. 3 dice is not a bad.
that worked out really well last time. Three,
Yeah.
three
I want to
di-
see it happen.
Okay, let's do a bigger outcome. I'm gonna stress myself.
Okay, so you keep 3 dice, but you'll
Yes.
get greater effect
Yes,
because you're pushing
greater
yourself.
effect. Because I'm stressing myself.
What does pushing yourself look like in this situation?
Maybe you approach them.
Yeah, I think I try to mimic their froggy ways.
Okay, so you get down a little squat and like leapfrog towards them a little bit while trying to charades this over to you.
Definitely not offensive.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and make your
Okay, you
sway
can
roll.
go one of 2 ways. You go either way. We'll see.
Yeah. So sway with greater effect to convince them that you're helpful and not
That we're
harmful.
helpful, that we helped open up the ceiling, that we want to understand them, and
We are not the bad.
we're not the baddies. We would just like directions to the old city police.
Just because we're criminals doesn't mean we're bad.
That's 3 2s.
Oh.
Jesus.
twos.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Right.
Why don't you frog hop back here?
Yeah, so Birdie has like leapfrog hopped out towards them, trying to mimic their movements to
Yeah.
engender a little more compassion from them.
Yeah, I think
When I die.
I think you get hit. I
Yeah.
think you get hit by a spear.
I
Oh,
think it's
shit.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Some yeah.
Oh, Tuna did
that's-
tell us to avoid the chapel.
That's
Who's Tuna?
level
Tuna was the
2.
Yeah.
I think that's
Charles'
level
friend.
2 harm. What do we want to call it?
Do you get to resist?
Puncture wound. Yeah, you can resist.
I'm going to do that. Do I need
Okay.
to stress myself out or no?
That the
You-
last
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You will
No,
take
I-
stress if you don't roll a 6.
Please don't be 3 2s.
And this will reduce the level 2 harm down to a level 1 harm.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. That's great. Yay, 2 6s.
Yay!
Oh,
nice.
that's a critical success. You clear a stress
Yeah.
in this resistance.
As you fold backwards like Neo on the rooftop,
Mhm.
If only I had that
and
cape
you're
on.
you're just clipped in the
Yeah.
shoulder by this sphere, and they look pretty impressed. Truth be told, as you then, I think you fall backwards and then start kind of breakdancing.
Yeah.
with 2 6s.
Let him cook.
Yeah. And now you have level 1 harm.
All right.
Graze.
Yeah, but I think then multiple of these. There are a couple of them who look pretty muscular and tough. Who come forward with these like hammers made, and the heads of the hammers are these really big chunks of this coral rock. And they're marching towards Bertie, looking intent on smushing.
Even after my breakdancing skills?
Yeah.
Alara, realizing she's holding an egg,
Uh-huh.
takes it out and goes. She's gonna, like she's about to
Oh,
munch
threatening.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's trying to look threatening.
Yeah.
That's
Um.
yeah. I think that's a command.
Yeah.
Oh, and I am not commanding.
Yeah.
But what I will do.
Can I
And I think
sit?
this makes sense because I feel like once Alara knows that, the sincerity of the threat is probably not really there. If I know Alara at all.
You're holding it so delicately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at what I'm gonna do.
On the other hand, Alara has had a really tough day.
That's kind of
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. Like she's kind of pissed off. So
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
like,
And she does like.
Can I assist because Alara makes eye contact with me?
Like to up her rage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
okay.
You just mouth friend.
I just say, you good, bud?
Oh god. Oh my god.
Oh, this is
You're not that scary, Alara.
I am gonna push myself. That means I'll roll 2.
okay.
Yep.
Take the highest.
I'll take a Strayus.
Yep.
Thank you.
This oh my god, this is such a Gretchen Wiener moment.
Just kill Caesar.
A 5 and a 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow,
Big
channel that rage,
success.
Laura.
I think they probably come up and grab Birdie as like a counter hostage, but
Oh,
don't
shit.
immediately smush him.
And don't try to buy me yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so I
so
think-
one of them it has like Birdie in a bit of a headlock, and the other's holding a hammer in an intimidating fashion.
like
Oh.
and maybe holding out the hand for the fruit.
Yeah.
The fruit baby.
Yeah.
And I think several of the others have like started to circle around, and they're kind of up the walls. They can do like that creepy horror movie on the ceiling stuff.
Yeah.
Because they got those grippy paws.
I really.
So yeah, they're flanking.
Okay, so we're at a standstill.
Yeah.
I think Birdie's gonna try to talk to him again.
I think the position for everyone has changed to desperate.
Yep.
Okay.
You can't even talk when you're desperate.
You
can.
You can. Just the consequences are bad.
Real
Can I get in the middle of like this standoff and kind of allow both sides? I want to like bring Alara, her hands closer to them, and I want to reach for Birdie and bring him to like a middle zone, very like gradually, for like a eventual switch. Like we're exchanging hostages right now.
Yeah. Just trying to diffuse some tension.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
I
totally.
think,
So that would
okay.
be a sway. Again, desperate.
Okay.
What could go wrong? Just lose a friend.
I will push
That
myself,
Mhm.
and
was right
to push myself, I will just make sustained eye contact
With whom?
with them.
Like
Mhm.
the opposite of cross eyes. You've got one eye on each.
No, it's focused all on them.
Yeah.
And I will do a devil's bargain as well. Or can I do both? Or no?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We decided you could because that's
Okay.
the most fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a consequence that happens no matter what.
Can't think of one that'd be satisfying.
I mean, they're gonna
Right.
freaking eat Birdie, right? They eat elf children. And then we start eating the egg.
Okay, so how about this? Like, I think
Wait, that's not the devil's bargain, though.
No. No.
devil's
When
bargain.
Birdie
is,
dies.
The devil's bargain is you're going to find out something horrific about the gobblers.
Oh, well,
Mhm.
that seems pretty okay.
Okay.
We're on
Yeah.
a fact-finding mission.
Yeah,
Do we find out?
something that you really wish you didn't know.
Sure.
That's what you're going to find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
can-
it's
we can-
not good.
And we can think about what that is.
Yeah.
I've got an idea what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
As,
let's roll it up.
as I'm doing this, I'm very scared, but I am whispering to myself, "You cannot scare the knight." That's a 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's start with the horrifying thing that we find out about the Grobblers.
Okay.
I think it is just spitballing here
Okay.
that they did eat a bunch of elf children, including our friend.
They're the ones who ate. Unless there's this thing behind that.
It's not Benny,
Okay, it's not Benny, but maybe they.
but you did hear about Elias Stillwater,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
and we're investigating that
And
child.
how did they eat them? They like to peel back children layer by layer.
I think you look up and there are a bunch of like the chains. There are cages
Mhm.
like
no.
stacked against the corners, and yeah,
In
realized that
children.
they were full of children. Like,
Yeah.
that's where they put them.
Yeah. What identifying like piece of clothing or like little item of
It's his
Elias
jersey.
Stillwater's?
It's his jersey with his
Oh.
number.
Yeah. So you see like ragged and hanging off of one of these cages. It just says Stillwater 24 and
Yeah. Yeah, and then you see there is another little carving that is like they have these like blade type raves where the kids get exsanguinated and and then they're all dancing underneath it. It's pretty bad.
yeah, now that you're moving towards the center of the room, you can see that where it was obscured by a column earlier.
because you said there was stains on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there was the
Yeah.
chains.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So there's a bowl of glimmer in here, right?
Yes, we still need to resolve the the mixed success. Cove trying to diffuse tensions.
Hmm.
So I think they're gesturing, give us the baby fruit first,
Mhm.
and then we'll give you the birdie. And
Yeah.
then that's
The
it.
birdie.
The birdie.
The snack.
But I think they're also continuing to flank and
Yeah.
actually cut off the exit.
Yep.
Alara, you have more of those in your pocket, right? All right. Well, then let's give it to him first.
She starts to hand it over. She goes to lightly toss it.
Okay.
And right as she does it, I kind of lean forward and grab onto Birdie.
Yeah, so the one holding on to Birdie catches the egg very carefully, allowing Birdie to slip out of immediate grasp.
Right.
And now you're all kind of like back to back in the center of this temple as they're slowly closing in.
I want
at
to
you.
do a crazy thing.
Yeah, you're all kind of back to back around this bowl of glimmer.
Okay, so I'm a big elf,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got some obelisk in my back. So I'm thinking I'm gonna rip a shard of obelisk out of my back and dip it in the
Hell
glimmer
yeah.
bowl and see if
Hell
I
yeah.
can light it up kind of like that previous scepter.
Hell yeah.
And freak these guys out.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
incredibly cool.
So I'm hoping that they're frightened because of what Alara's commanded. Would you say that they're frightened? It's okay if they're not.
If this works.
I can pull
Yeah.
out another baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think they're.
regurgitated, baby.
I don't think they're frightened at the moment.
Okay.
I think they feel like they have the situation pretty in hand.
They're
Okay.
angry for sure.
Yes, definitely.
I want them to become frightened so that I can command them to back off because
Right.
I'm savage, and when
Yeah.
they're scared, they're more likely to listen
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
So I want to know what I need to do to successfully like make this glimmer obelisk scary.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be if it works. You definitely get what you want on this.
Yeah.
It's a really
Yeah.
good idea.
I wonder if it just does work, but it's so hot that you're gonna take a harm unless you resist it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, once you dip it in, you feel it becoming overwhelming,
Right.
hot
Okay.
and bright.
I'll
Right.
take that. What's the resistance roll?
Prowess.
Okay.
And what do we think the harm is?
Burns.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 or 2?
In fact, do you want bad burns on your hand or blinded?
Right.
Ooh, I would take bad burns.
Okay.
Okay, I have a 6, a 5.
Oh,
And, okay, so 2 5s if the floor one counts. A 6 and a 1.
It was
Okay.
level,
The
yeah.
the 6 you take no stress. Do we think it was a level 2 harm or a level 1 harm for holding this shard of? It was probably a level 2 for holding
level
a shard
2,
of the
yeah.
sun.
Third degree burns.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now with your resistance, it goes down to level 1 harm.
So why
Singed hands.
why does Finn have such asbestos hands?
Yeah.
What work did you do that like accustom you to holding really hot things?
I think when Finn swings her bat, there's so much friction.
Yeah.
So calloused.
Yeah. Just huge calluses on your hand.
Yeah,
Perfect.
huge calluses on
Just
her
like her
hands.
heart.
Mhm. Just like
Oh,
just like her heart. All right.
Yeah, so you're
you-
holding a lot.
and you can like smell your flesh burning a little bit.
All right. I'm gonna.
Yeah, so they are shying away from this like crazy.
Yeah. I think
So,
it's kind of like a
burning elf
flashlight.
flesh might
like
be
you
tastier.
have this like long thin shard and there's just a kind of a beam of concentrated light that you're just kind of waving around wildly.
Yeah.
Okay. So I succeed on that. Do I need to wait to come around again, or can I try my command?
I think you can try your command right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, what do you want to command them to do? Because
Right.
they are fleeing already.
Are they? So they're fleeing?
Yeah.
I guess.
Anyone who gets within this light beam is because it hurts really bad.
I think
Yeah.
that's already
You see
my
them-
goal is
Yeah,
to
you
make
see
them
them
flee.
singeing. Like,
So
Yeah.
anyone
Yeah.
it hits, you see them kind of.
Yeah, you see like a little
Sizzling.
like puff of steam, right? And
Ooh,
they
yeah.
just run away immediately.
then I just want to throw on the command while they're frightened to just like really make sure they don't fuck with us. Like as we get out of here,
Yeah.
like I want to frighten them so hard that they're not gonna come back out of their little growler
Sure.
holes.
yeah.
Roll it up.
Okay.
And what does this look like? Is this just like a guttural like scream or anything in particular?
I think like Finn takes a step up to like become to a higher position, and with like the way the shadows on her face, like she kind of does kind of look like that dark elf with the sharp teeth that's just
Ooh. Right.
towering
Brie
over.
lightsaber?
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like Brie
Holding-
lightsaber.
Holding a spear of light.
holding
Yeah.
a spear of light.
That's so rad.
That's so cool.
That's so. We're just
Like
gonna-
it's like the He-Man pose.
yeah, or like She-Ra kind of.
She-Ra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Not lightsaber.
All right, I got a 5.
Yeah. Think it works.
Yeah.
They're running away. They don't want to screw with you. You have awakened an ancestral memory.
Yeah, and I think the mixed success there is you start to see the crystal dim a little bit. It doesn't look like it's gonna last super long.
I think as they get a little way, I'm like, fuck, ow, fuck, ow. Okay, let's go. Come on, let's go. It hurts. It burns. It smells.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scent of bacon.
Yeah.
Kind of smells good.
That's not doing anything for me. Let's go.
So you're rushing back towards the submarine.
Yes, yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I still got some more of those fruit. We can raise them.
We could instill them with elven values.
Oh god.
We're gonna teach them about our gods, whoever that is. Glimmer. Fuffles.
Pufflins. Pufflins, yeah.
Yeah, we're running. I'm running.
Rushing back to the sub.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think you need a. I think you probably need a roll to see if you can get there fast enough that you don't take any more harm.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's that? Finesse?
Specifically Finn.
Yeah.
Like, because Finn's the one holding this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I threw it down.
Oh, you throwing it
Oh.
down?
Okay.
As soon as they were far away, I wanted as soon as they like
Okay.
that was the point of like scaring them so hard
Right.
that they go away.
Okay.
Put
Yeah.
it
I
in the
threw that
doorway
shit
so
down.
they don't cross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Threshold.
Yeah,
Right.
so you've got a
Traffic
short
inside.
window to get back to the submarine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna hustle.
Group prowl.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll lead.
Probably prowl to move quickly through the cave back to the submarine.
Oh.
2.
I
Oh.
got a 3.
Three failures.
I got a 5, but I'll take the 3 stress.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think, everyone
It's
else
too dark. We can't see.
falls over at least once.
Yeah.
And Finn is just picking them up.
Ow, my hand.
He's just carrying all 3 of them by the
Why
time.
does it smell like bacon?
It's kind of doing it for me.
I'm crying. I'm crying real tears. My fingernails fell off.
Oh no.
Oh, you've got like a blackened hand now.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What do we think the big success is there?
I mean,
Oh yeah, the black and
blackened
yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a 5. 5 is pretty good.
Yeah.
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 You get back, but like you get back and you close the door of the submarine and look through the porthole, and you can see a bunch of gobblers at the edges of the water, like just looking, just silently looking.
I think a couple of spears clank off the hull as they're hurled in your direction.
Rakushiba, we need to go.
Are there 12 ladders aboard?
Yeah. Yep.
There should
thought
only
you
be
said
10.
10.
That was a trick question.
I thought you meant the.
I'll go break one.
Now there's more. Tape them together. Tape them together.
We are not leaving this cave until there are 10 ladders on this submarine.
I pick up bureaucracy bot. Why didn't Birdie kill you?
Regulations forbid.
Don't worry, guys. They
Health
can't
and
even see us.
safety.
They can't see us. I put a bunch of seaweed on top.
And you look outside, and it is with one block of the pie, like just a single strand.
And I think you see like the engineer Grobler just kind of standing at the lakeside with all the rest of them, but just looking really kind of compressed towards the ground, just kind of deflated.
I push Starless's face into the window and I wave his arm goodbye.
Yeah, and we blow on the porthole to make some fog and then do a little heart symbol.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
I'm a sad face.
So as the submarine pushes out, into the middle of this pool, as you get beneath the waterfall of the shining water that's coming down, that's the way up to the old city. You're now, that's cleared to you now, you know, having seen all of these frescoes or the reliefs. Like, that's the way up to the temple. That's where the grovelers have gone. That's how you get to the old city. If you want to continue that pursuit, because your original intent was to get up there and go to the like clothing shop.
Yeah.
Because that's what you realized, that the terrorists who blew up the wall had got their cloaks from that particular shop.
The terrorist depot store.
Yeah. So that was why you originally
Terrorist.
came on this submarine quest. But didn't know then what you know now. It would be a dangerous thing to do and
Right.
difficult.
So it's we'd have to climb up the
You have to
waterfall to
climb
get to it.
You would.
Yeah, there are those like big stone platforms circling their way up the cavern, but space
Wait, and is
pretty
that how
far
the
apart.
grovelers got up or no?
Yeah, that's how they get up. But with their like strong frog legs, they just jump from one platform to the next.
Yeah. So I think you kind of had two choices here. One would be you send the submarine back with the tweens and bureaucracy bot, and you guys find a way up because you can't get up there on the submarine.
Yeah.
Or you could go back to the dojo in the submarine and then try and find a different way.
Is the prison an option?
Prison doesn't have access to the old city. Prison's just in the down under.
Yeah, but you do know
I thought you
where
meant
that
kid
is.
prison. I was
You
like,
know
why
where
are we
it
going
is.
back there?
Could we go back to kinder prison when life was simple?
Everything was
Just
so much
crying.
easier in kinder prison.
They fed us all the time.
Boy
I mean-
would cry us to sleep.
So,
We all had our own room.
what
had your own
if?
room?
You had a business.
What if? Just spitballing here. We lie to bureaucracy bot about the ladders. Maybe we make some paper mache ladders. We steal the 10 ladders to get us up between.
That's genius.
So we just hang out here for a while, hiding from the grovelers, crafting paper mache ladders.
Well,
10
Well,
of them.
we have masking tape. We'll just make masking tape ladders.
Just
There
make
you
them
go.
all
There you
smaller. Make them all smaller letters.
Itty bitty ladders. That's not in the rule book.
do we want to be quick about this? Because meanwhile, a bunch of grovelers are now invading our home.
The old city. Yeah, they're not going to be in the lower tier.
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
heading up to the old city.
yeah.
I mean,
to their-
don't they deserve to?
I mean, that's the question.
I mean, I guess they're probably just there to like swipe and eat some kids.
Yeah, we saw
huh?
what they do to kids.
Yeah. Yeah, you also saw in the carvings that like up there was their kind of original main place of worship, their main temple, and the one that you were in earlier today was more recently constructed. But that's where their civilization started, was up there.
Is the old city where we're trying to get
Middle
to?
tier.
Yeah, the old city is the middle tier where
Where the grovelers are going.
where the grovelers are going,
Up a some
and
pool and trellis.
where the fancy clothing shop is.
So we could
It's-
just follow them, right?
The old city is the nice bit. It's where all the wealthy people live. It's got canals. It's got the fancy shopping districts.
With cute
Yeah.
children with
You've-
beautiful curls.
you've
just
dreamed
ready to be
about it.
plucked away.
for many years, really, because this is, I mean, if your vice is fancy shopping trips, this is where the real fancy shops.
Oh
are.
yeah, 100%.
I mean, okay, so I feel like Birdie would want to go up. People are gonna be kind of distracted by all the grovelers. If we go up, then we can
Go shopping.
go shop. It'd be a lot easier than if grovelers aren't running around.
I don't want to spend another minute in that sub with bureaucracy bot. We're going up.
But what about Starless?
Oh, I got him.
we get Starless in a little C3PO backpack on Finn's back.
He's in an adult-sized Bjorn.
Just in contorted into an awful position. He's gonna be so sore.
He's
when
fine, he
He comes
likes
to
it.
consciousness.
So yeah, I think the game plan then is going to be we'll get two ladders.
Okay.
We'll be able to rotate them up, climb up, move
Right.
the ladder up, climb up. So we'll be able to kind of be a little speedy with two of them,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll break two ladders so bureaucracy bot meets his quota.
But wait, well, why do we need him to have his quota? He's not just going to stay here for us
Well,
then.
we need.
We want him to go back.
We should probably send him back.
We don't know how long you guys will be gone, and there's not that much food left in the sub.
I think there is also, there are also grobblers on the, like, coming towards the sub.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's pretty threatening.
Okay.
So we gotta.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they distinguish between eating kids and teens, so
Right,
we should
right.
send them home.
Kids really are teens. And
yeah,
teens are kids, you know?
yeah, that's so smart.
Yeah, okay.
Some of us are still kids.
Yeah, I hurt my hand really bad.
Yeah, and I think one of them is blackened to the wrist.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right. It's not that bad.
And
you
the
should
fing-
see if
yeah,
a
the
friend can
fingernails are
help
falling
with,
off.
with that.
I guess I'll go look for one.
Oh.
I kick Rizbot's dead body.
What did he say? His last words were, "My life has no purpose."
Yeah. I think Riz just like limp and playing dead, basically.
Rizbot, are you wearing mascara?
Kind of looks like more like eyeliner.
So here's the challenge. I don't want to make Rizbot Beezus, so it has to be distinct from Beezus
Yeah.
in this.
I mean, but Beezus is
I'm gonna
like
defer this.
Beezus is like
wanna
emo good.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to think more about what Rizbot is going to
Okay, so no words.
But we do start to see eyeliner appear.
be. Yeah, exactly.
It's a little bit of oil leaking out around the little optical circuits.
Like self-inflicted oil leak.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so you exit the submarine through the top
We do.
hatch.
And we do our famous ladder circus act.
Yeah, this is gonna be real dangerous. This next segment.
Yeah.
So you're trying to get up. It's hundreds of yards tall.
I think we said 400
Yeah.
feet tall, this cavern.
Wait, 400
400 feet. So
Yeah.
130
Yeah.
something yards.
Yeah.
Okay, it's tall. And you've got to get up between these large steps, which are
Convertible.
one frog hop, but like a couple of ladders long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the plan. You're going to
Mhm.
be rotating the ladders from step to step.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is going to be, and you're being kind of not quite chased from below because Finn's still there and they're still freaked out. Particularly as Finn keeps waving that blackened hand at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, can you get up without falling in a sufficiently rapid time that they don't overcome their fear? Like these are all of the
How many
questions.
steps are there?
40.
Yeah, let's say 40.
Well, that's too many rolls in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah. So
I roll for each stair.
I was gonna say, what if we roll for
One.
each step? Yeah.
Right. So I think maybe we can divide this up into like the different
Rolls?
different activities. that-
Activities that we
Yeah.
got?
So who's going to be the kind of engineering element of it? Who's going to be like providing the strength, and then
I think
Thing.
Alara's you should be providing like arrow cover.
Yeah. Yeah, like who is
Yeah,
warding
yeah.
off the grobblers from
I'll be on guard duty.
okay.
Oh, amazing.
intimidation duty, basically.
So
Mhm.
those are the three things.
I'll
Yeah.
use my glimmer-filled arrows.
Right.
Um,
Well, I mean, I think if you guys are stacking ladders, we need 2 people on engineering.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You too.
I can do that.
Okay.
There you go.
So yeah, everyone make their rolls then, and we'll see how effectively this proceeds.
So I'm gonna finesse. I'm gonna finesse these ladders. Does
Okay.
that make sense? Cool. I'm going to.
Yeah.
yeah, because we're also having to coordinate, so the finesse of.
Yeah.
Um,
What do you think Finn's is?
I'm gonna push myself for this one.
Strong.
Yeah.
Straps.
Why is there no strength check in this game?
There's just wreck. Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use rack for this.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
like yeah.
use brute strength basically.
Yeah. If people have harms,
Yeah, I have less effect.
Uh-huh.
I only rolled a 3
Lesser.
on my strong.
Okay. Yep. Finn's really struggling
Oh, no.
Right.
because one-handed basically.
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, so that's not going great.
I rolled a 5 in my ladder.
Okay.
putting together.
Fantastic.
And what did you roll there?
I haven't rolled yet. Can I push myself and have devil's bargain?
Count.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that because currently I have less effect, and the next with the devil's bargain, I would like to get greater effect.
Or pushing yourself can get you Devil's Bargain just gets you dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But pushing
Yes.
yourself will get you from lesser to standard.
Cool.
effect.
Would like to get from lesser to standard, and would
Okay.
like Devil's Bargain so
Okay.
that I get a 3 die because my 3 die have not been doing as well.
Okay.
And you're on engineering duty.
With Cove.
Yeah, with Cove.
The dream team.
So what's the devil's bargain here?
What's our ladder act?
Hmm.
Very
The needle and the haystack.
Why would you get a haystack?
Because I've got really moppy blonde hair.
Okay.
That should be
And
their stand-up
I
act
look
too.
a bit unkempt as well, having been in the submarine by myself for a while.
I mean, maybe you are gonna realize that you left like all of your load in the submarine. Like that's devil's bargain. Like,
All
but-
of my load.
Yeah, Birdie will go down to 0 load because like you realize, oh, I left everything in my other pockets.
That's
Mm.
fine.
Mhm.
I'm willing to pay that price.
Okay.
Okay. Roll.
I can roll. I can
Yeah,
roll.
you can roll.
I'm rolling.
So your standard effect here.
Please. Please don't be twos again.
Ah!
5.
Thank
Okay,
God.
okay.
Okay.
And a 2 and a 3.
Right. So engineering is mixed effect.
Yep.
Success.
How did we do?
I got 2, a 2, and a 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So mixed successes.
Mixed success on intimidation and engineering, and a failure on the strength side of things.
Mhm.
Not feeling very strong.
I think this just takes a long while.
Well, you had
Yeah.
a friend to help you.
It's exhausting. It's draining.
Yeah.
And I think you
We're just feeling off for no reason.
you kind of you lose track of time. It takes so long to do this, and you're working through the arrows. The ladders are barely holding together. Finn's really struggling with this with one hand, and the shards still in your shoulder. The kind of some of them are getting into your bloodstream now. I think. This is really draining, and so I think you finally manage to pull yourselves up to the top, and like we see these little hands appear, you drag yourselves up, and just exhaustedly kind of flop onto the floor above, into the light of this kind of the ambient light in the temple above was that bowl of glimmer, and then there were all of this kind of tattoo luminescence from the walls. This is 5 times bigger than that, and it's the play of light is like beautiful dancing all around. You wouldn't notice it before because it was being drowned out by the obelisk, but like you collapse to this floor, and it is an incredibly beautiful room. You are immediately taken captive.
By whom?
So
Priestly grobblers that are up in the temple.
yeah, and like this huge
shit.
net comes over you, and you are dragged into a part. Like you're just so tired from this ascent that you're completely unable to resist. So the mixed success. You were able to get to the top.
Mhm.
You are taken captive, and I think that's probably where we'll close.
Don't take us back down again.
So
No.
we see the gang of you being kind of dragged in this net into the middle of this temple, and we see hundreds of gobblers, like all of whom are, some of whom are on their reed mats, on their knees. What do we see? Like, what's the focus of the worship in this temple? Because it's not full of glimmer as it was below.
I don't think we've answered that question yet.
Okay.
Is it maybe just a bowl of sunshine? It's like priestly water, like a crystal bowl of water, but the sunlight is hitting it. And it's really shiny.
Or it's pile of elf skulls.
So it would be. I want it to be something that would have been from before. So they wouldn't.
Right.
They wouldn't have been
What
keen
about
on sunshine.
plants? What about like
Big
beautiful,
tree.
like a lily pad?
What about like
Maybe
a
it was the big
pedigree
flower.
bork?
The big tree up above, the
So
silver tree up
So
above
what if
could
it's
play
like
a
a
part.
branch from with the golden leaves? A
Right.
silver branch
Mm.
with golden leaves.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's quite nice.
yeah.
And yeah, I think probably the final shot is you being suspended,
Mhm.
kind of from the ceiling
Maybe.
in this. net.
Maybe we see the grovellers are like ceremonially each doing tree leaf communion, and they take a leaf and put it in their mouth, and
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
and
like
something they change once they eat a leaf.
Yeah,
And we'll find out next time.
That's really good.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
But wait, so these grobblers weren't part of the temple when we were in there, so they don't know that we've breached
Right.
protocol.
If anything, they just saw that you guys broke that obelisk thing. And
I
let them
mean,
upstairs.
yeah, there was a massive
Yeah.
explosion below them.
The ones up here, yeah, wouldn't know that you've
Defiled.
blasphemed in
Yep.
in their temple below. They just see food, I
see.
think,
Okay.
just appearing on their doorstep, ready to eat.
I'm full of obelisk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's where we will end. Thank you to all of our players who have been through the ringer this episode. Thank you to Reed. And thank you to Jeff for the music, as always. And thank you to our hordes of loyal listeners who are going to finally find out more about the middle tier or the old city.
Yeah.
If we live.
And Alara's broken heart.
Good night. See you next week.
So yeah.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
Goodbye forever, I guess. You're a good friend.
Take your comfort, weary traveler, in the shadow of the Seven's Wall, where though magic may be gone, the tangle lives on in the echo of the leaf music's call.
I've still got my elf mask, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The rest of the load left below, but elf mask.
Yeah, you wouldn't have let that go.
You're still wearing those priest clothes.
No.
No, no, no.
Birdie put him back like
Oh,
upstairs.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
They would have killed me if I was wearing red.
Yeah.
For sure.
Exactly.
Oh, Betsy. Dress up. Dangerous dress up.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Shall we do bonus?
Oh, XP.
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 Yeah, let's do it.
Who wants to go first?
I can.
Yeah.
I stealthed quite a bit in the beginning,
Certainly.
so I will give myself one in playbook for that.
Yep.
And then the gimme one.
Mm-hmm. Believe Strive's backgrounds.
I already did my desperate actions while we were playing.
Cool.
I don't think I struggled with my trauma. My trauma is basically, are we the baddies? And we just discussed it. I don't think I struggled with it.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like that was like kind of
I-
the core of the episode.
Yeah. I wonder if you don't get that one, but you get two for expressed beliefs, drives, and background. It was like tangential to the vice, but there was a lot of discussion about motivations and whatnot. I think that is worth two for role playing very throughout the whole thing.
And going up the ladder was not desperate.
You had multiple desperate rolls. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not going up the ladder.
You can
Fine.
take two from that.
Fine.
It was very desperate.
Yeah. I think specifically your desperate action, Birdie, was the sway you tried in the temple.
It's not good.
Yeah, so I think that was your one desperate action. Yeah, anything you did in the temple after the study, that was desperate.
Oh yeah. Tracking the challenge or address the challenge with tracking or violence. I was threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're unborn babies.
And then you were like hunting from above as well. So.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Expressed beliefs.
Yep.
Drives, and then struggled with issues from vice or trauma. Not that necessarily.
Is there something? Are there some
I mean,
daddy issues at play with this whole thing with
But-
Finn?
is that a trauma?
drugs.
Not officially, right? You
Yeah,
haven't been
my
drugged.
Yeah.
wife. No, yeah, I don't think
If-
that's not an official trauma.
If there's some kind of psychological trauma or regret or scarring from realizing that you were smoking out of a sentient
I
being's
thought about
egg,
that one too.
I could see that, but I don't know.
Or your vice killed a child.
Yeah, I don't know that there was regret there
Yeah,
yet. Maybe.
You still have the
I still have
unborn baby bong?
two more. No, that one's in the submarine still.
Yeah.
It's half eaten, carved out.
Mhm.
Ugh.
Yikes.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Is that the name of the episode? Unborn Baby Bong?
I think it's gotta be.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I liked half eaten and carved out.
Both are quite good.
Yeah, if we hadn't already, I think this might be the episode where we lost quite a lot of potential audience.
Okay, that's all I got. Thank
Yeah.
A
you.
whole
Thank
bunch of gay information and abortion.
Well, there goes the right.
Yeah. It's really hoping to get all of those dollars, but hey, you got it.
It's better to have a narrowed down target audience,
Got
you
me
know?
too.
Yeah. It.
Is that what fruitful revenue returns?
Yeah, I only work with food and beverage industry. Fruit manufacturers.
we.
Which
Not baby fruit though.
not
Not yet.
I put those dried apples in pancakes with some
They
walnuts.
were so
Oh.
good.
And Drew's like, I feel like I'm at IHOP.
Wow.
They got like
High praise.
they must have been touching the pan just right because they kind of
Caramelized?
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds so good.
So good.
Those were
The
amazing.
problem is if I pull that bag of apples out of the cupboard, I would consume them before I make pancakes with them.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I gave them all day. Okay.
I think I got all these.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Yeah, you really struggle with your voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I rolled a desperate action and resolve.
Mhm.
I addressed a challenge with violence.
Mhm.
I expressed my beliefs, drives, and heritage.
Mhm.
I struggled with my vice.
Yeah.
You know, put that one in prowess. So I'm gonna take another point in a tune.
Cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
I think that's fun. I think I'm becoming more aware of the people around me.
Yeah.
It's like when every man does acid and is like, other people have feelings.
There's this book called The Trusted Advisor, which is kind of like that, where it's like, oh, this book's so good, you gotta read it. And it's like, be nice to people. Listen. And like, are you okay? I guess some people need reminders of this.
Right.
Alara, I got a Pippin command. I
Nice.
think it's a good episode
Mhm.
theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Laura standing up for herself.
Trying.
Mhm.
All right. So I believe Bertie got had a desperate action
Oh yeah.
in the temple.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Didn't do well. Did I address?
Was this the most failed rolls?
This is a lot.
We didn't
Wow.
do well.
Just imagine how much XP would have got
But-
playing Dungeon.
But we learned
Yeah.
so much about ourselves.
I do miss that.
Yeah.
Failure
Because
to
it
be
was
like-
kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
well, at least I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I address the challenge of deception or influence?
You
I
tried.
I tried.
Yeah.
You addressed it. You didn't
Okay.
see
Yeah.
it. You addressed
Okay,
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Do I only get one pip if I did that once or multiple times, right?
Everything's one except for the desperate roll,
Okay,
which is
that makes
two.
sense.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put that pip in resolve. I'm gonna try to build that up.
Cool.
It's not a pip. I'm just
Yeah.
on the.
More powers.
More powers.
More powers to you.
And then you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, and background.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I did that.
Yeah.
And then I struggled with issues from my vices, traumas during the session. I would say yes. I would say that my trauma is about my past and who I am and how old am I actually.
The mustache
Did
coming
you,
in.
Did you struggle with that today?
Yeah, I think while I was locked in the when I was doing my correspondence course,
Mhm.
I was definitely like reading about oldie times. And I was like, gosh, that sounds so familiar.
Right.
No. Let's just shove that down deep inside. And I also struggled with the fact that I left my entire load of costumes and toys and tools in the. No, Wayne's shaking his head. No.
I'm trying to think whether it was anything. When you killed Rizwan? But I don't think that was advice.
I think that was just on
obviously
accident.
hands.
Yeah.
Oh, Rizwan.
We-
Probably for the best.
Yeah, we shall not miss
I
you.
mean, I also wouldn't you say that, like, my vice might have led us to all ending up in the temple and getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, it was you
Is that
and
not struggling?
Cove.
I was
Yeah.
on my way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. You had to go and try on the priest clothes.
Spook him.
Yeah.
After all those priest
Okay.
goes.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
I mean, we all want Birdie to have more powers.
Indeed.
Yeah. I want to see what Birdie can do.
I want to see a full stash.
More than the two
Full
whiskers.
boy stash.
Right.
All right.
Dunzo.
Wow. Great work, everybody.
We'll find out next week.
Woo!
We don't do team XP.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
We do it every time.
We're
Ugh.
just friends now.
Oh, right. Execute a successful operation. Yeah, you got up to the top of the Growler City.
Huzzah!
Into the old city. That was the goal the whole time. Contend with challenges above your current station. Yes, the Growlers were more powerful than you.
Oh, yeah.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
Oh my god.
You bolstered your
Defilers.
yeah. You bolstered your reputation of cultist hooligans with the Growlers. They weren't aware of your reputation before, but they sure are now.
So we bolstered it.
I think the image of like Fen with the glowing shard
Oh,
and
that's
turning
good.
black is incredibly rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah.
Super iconic.
And you rip it out of your back.
Yeah.
Do you think that they make a fresco out of fentanyl?
You see this? I'm
Maybe.
not
Yeah,
to be trifled
like-
with, and I'm savage.
Like
Don't call me savage.
asshole elf.
Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. Always.
Yeah.
That means we have a full row.
Awesome. You get a new special ability or 2 new layer upgrades. I don't know that layer upgrades make
No.
sense
Special
here.
ability.
Special ability.
We don't want to upgrade the sack that we're in right now.
Can I get a boombox?
You also somehow get free. Maybe you don't get rep for this because I don't know that people in the city heard about.
No.
Will know what you've been doing here.
I didn't think we were up.
I guess you sent the teens back to the city and they'll spread the word.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
That's a good
they'll
point.
tell our story.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get some rap.
Yeah, so 2 for the successful operation and an extra 1 because you have a special power that gives you an extra 1. So you get 3 more reps.
So
Yeah.
we're past the half, you know, some of the bars are half black.
Yep.
We're
Right.
past that. We're 3 past that.
Ooh.
Cool.
Wait, isn't that true?
Oh, yeah.
So you only have 2
We're
more,
almost there.
Yeah.
and then you'll
Sure.
level up as a crew to tier 1 stronghold
Finally.
from tier 1 weak hold where you are
Oh,
right now.
Sweet.
God.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Could I suggest synchronized for your special ability?
Yeah,
That's
synchronized is really cool.
Is that
Like-
going to improve our circus act?
Because what you had to do from the getting ladders and stuff up was real. Yeah.
I was
Practice
wondering if
and
maybe
synchronization.
you just spend these points on more ladders.
Upgrades.
Like 10 more ladders?
Yeah.
Ladder upgrades.
I suppose the other option is working towards jaded.
You are getting very jaded.
I don't see Jaded. Where do you see that?
It's in the
Upgrades.
bottom under upgrades.
Yeah.
What?
You could
So-
start
Oh,
that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
oh yeah.
Get
What
one
does
more
that
stress
mean?
each.
You need to get once you fill all 3 boxes of jaded, you all get another stress box.
What's a song that features the word jaded? Keep thinking the Avril Lavigne song, but it's just complicated.
That's funny. That's what I was thinking of too.
Got me so fucking jaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just look on
Oh,
Spotify.
no.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah, what are our thoughts there?
Pack is fine.
But we can't really use that.
yeah,
'cause
pack
we're
rats doesn't make sense
just
right
in a
now.
sack.
Yeah.
I feel like synchronized makes sense.
What does
Yeah.
synchronize do?
When you perform a group action, you may count multiple 6s from different rolls as a critical success.
Yeah, but we never roll good.
yeah, but
Yeah.
oh, we might next time.
Yeah.
I still think it's a good one. I'd also be into jaded.
What if we do one check in Jaded and then we get synchronized?
You can either get a power or 2 upgrades.
We get second story. What's that?
Oh.
I could also. So we have one box that's not filled on the upgrades.
2.
Okay, 2 boxes.
Yeah.
I think one of them could be something like you've now spent enough time trying to understand a like non-elvish speech communication, like a supernatural speech communication, and just tried and failed quite repeatedly. Like it could be like you get the gist of what a non-human, non-elf is saying to you. We can figure out the exact wording, but like you get another die.
Are you saying
Whatever.
that language learning isn't linear, and if you fail and fail again,
Yeah,
kind of get it?
Yeah.
That kind of is how it works.
You're
Yeah.
just really good at charades.
yeah. You like
You
get
could call it pantomime.
Yeah.
yeah. I think that so like you're able to communicate non-verbally more
Mhm.
effectively.
Are we
Something
gonna
like that.
meet a lot of other people?
Dunno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might
Yeah.
come in handy when
I
we
think
try
it
to
would come
escape
in
this
handy.
net next time.
Yeah.
That's another option for
Sure,
you.
let's do
That'd
that.
be kind of narrative.
I like that.
And now it's just one?
That you would get 1 special ability, and it would be that pantomime
It's a
thing.
special ability.
Wait, pantomime is a special ability?
Yes. That's what. Yeah.
We just create.
But it could also be like being able to communicate things non-verbally, like silently to someone, right? Rather than
that is
Like
nice
sign
too.
language?
Oh yeah, like to between each other when you can see each other.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Cool.
I like
Let's
that
do
too.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it could also be like understanding symbols. Like it's not just you; it's your understanding and your communication. It's like
Right.
non-verbal, non-elvish.
I like it.
Okay.
You get a bit of a boost.
Yeah.
Plus
So
one?
let's call it pantomime plus 1d to understand or communicate an idea to someone who doesn't speak Elvish.
Yeah.
If you can see a member of your crew, you can communicate non-verbally.
So it's like
Yeah, hand
Thieves'
signals.
Cant.
Yeah,
Mhm.
thieves' cant sort of thing.
Cool.
And maybe also plus 1d to understand symbols.
Yeah. this is all this. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Plus 1d to symbols and communicating with
Is that
people
because
who
of how
don't
well
speak
we
Elvish.
interpreted the fresco?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
it all makes sense this episode.
I like it.
Yeah, that's a very cool.
Fun.
Love some homebrew on the spot.
Oh, bro.
Homebrew. Nice.
Does this mean that the group slowly starts to catch on that there's something going on between Alara and Finn?
Oh, certainly. I think it's just like
Not
so
anymore.
It's 12 to 14 minutes. I think we both just have like a height level hickey.
I imagine we both came out of that just covered in what was now not fruit juice.
Oh no.
Also,
Oh no.
because Alara was eating it when she
Yeah.
was smoking
Baby.
baby. Yeah. Wow.
Muffins is just like rock and roll right now.
Did Faflins come with us?
He's always with us.
Yeah.
See how that
Yeah.
plays out while we're in a temple.
You see me shaving, but it's like vines.
Yeah, definitely that baby blood sacrifice will help.
Right.
Sexy baby blood sacrifice.
We accidentally
While you both were high. It's the Fufflin's Holy Trinity.
Did we participate in a dark ritual? Yes.
Unwittingly.
Yeah, did you unwittingly? I fucking love Fufflins.
I just like knock on Alara's door. Hey, turns out we're soul bonded.
But like as friends.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Like,
like
if you don't care, I don't care. You don't care, right?
Oh my gosh.
Why can I roleplay this so well?
Really accessing deep levels of trauma.
Yeah.
Listen, Alara just wants to be loved.
The amount of times I told my current partner we're just friends was like 200, but they are way more powerful than me. I'll be like, okay, bye, friend. And they're like, no, that's not how this is going down. I was like, yes, sir.
Oh. Well, cool, guys. That was fun.
Yeah.